Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and we are back with the Doom Tower video I promised you guys yesterday. Actually, technically promised you guys 2 days ago. But yesterday we did Arena. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check it out. We did reach Gold 4 in Arena for one of our Arbiter quests. Today, we are trying to beat Doom Tower 100. So, big shout out to Hell Hades. If you saw the thumbnail, Hell Hades, if you either somehow find your way upon this video or if anyone you know happens to let you know about this video, thank you so much for your help. I was watching one of Hell Hades' videos, and basically he was doing, I think it was his free-to-play account, he was doing Doom Tower 120, and he cleared it for the first time. And in my head, I was sulking while I was watching the video because I wasn't able to clear 100. And I was stuck thinking that I had no way to clear it because I did not have a Provoke champion. So if you look on the screen here, down in the bottom left-hand corner, level 33, we have the Master Butcher. It's a 3-star Spirit Affinity champion from the Dwarves faction. If you don't have him, you can check him out. Apparently, I haven't got this far yet, really, but apparently he's also very good for Faction Wars as well. I am going to be bringing him into my Faction Wars today, but he does have a Provoke on his skill 1. I think it's 30% chance to provoke with his skill 1 on an attack, and then his skill 2 has 100% chance to provoke. It's a non-attack skill, and it's a 2-turn provoke. I didn't realize this. I happened to have him in my storage, and after Hell Hades did his video where he cleared 120, he showed the floor, or what he used for floors, I think 90, 100, and 110. And one of the units he used was Master Butcher. I went and checked out his skills because I happened to have him in storage because I had heard he was good for Faction Wars. And I actually had him there. So I checked out his skills. Turns out he's got 2 provokes. So I built him up to Ascension level 4, and he's only level 33. I was kind of worried I was going to have to 5-star him. We do get close here a few times where he almost dies. But if you can keep this boss provoked, he does very little damage. Also, you can see most of my units happen to be the wrong affinity here, which is not good. We do have Doom Priest, who is the right affinity, or at least affinity neutral. But we have Lady Kimmy, who is absolutely useless here. I got partway through this boss, and I was getting frustrated that we hadn't landed the slow yet. And I, for some reason, didn't realize that you can't land the slow on this boss. So she was actually kind of bad because Claude the Beast Hunter, or is it Beast Hunter? I don't know. I can't remember his name. Claude. He happens to have a speed buff on his skill 3. So we really didn't need Lady Kimmy here. We could have brought an attack break or a defense buff or damage. I don't have a poisoner other than Frozen Banshee, who happens to be opposite affinity here as well. So that would have been tough as well. But every once in a while, you can see we have attack break up there. That is from... Oh my god, I'm going to blank on his name in the middle of the video. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll get back to you. God damn it, what the hell is his name? I'm blanking now. And we happen to be in the middle of a run. So, anyway. He's got a defense break and attack break on his skill 2, plus a provoke on his skill 3. It's a 3-person provoke, but obviously here it's going to just land on the boss, which is nice. Duck the Pierced. There we go. Duck the Pierced is our defense breaker. So when he lands, unfortunately he has to crit in order to land his defense break. But I had to do this with whatever I had and what I had already built. So he's kind of what I got stuck with here. I definitely could have used this. The attack break is kind of what saves me a couple of times, where I had the provoke, but our Master Butcher there got relatively low. So what I tried to do is keep speed buff up, keep provoke up, and when the boss was going to hit our Master Butcher, because he landed the provoke, I would use the shield from Claude then. That's not necessary, But especially if you're going to take 2 hits, like you can see there, we only took 8,400 damage onto our Master Butcher, and it wasn't even enough to break the shield from Claude. So survived quite easily because we had the attack break. Now, if we don't have that attack break, which happens a few times, we do take a lot of damage, and we do have baby heals in Doom Priest and from Claude. You can see here we put up the provoke this time with Duck to Pierce, and I don't really have to worry about putting up shield. I do here because at this point I was still kind of getting into the rhythm, so I don't need the provoke. So I skip his provoke. That attack goes into Duck to Pierce, and we continue to chip away at the boss. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, just so you guys know if it's a little bit blurry. It's because I was doing this on stream, and this is a rerun. So there we go. We're on 2 times speed now. That should help things out a little bit. So we put up speed buff. Unfortunately, we don't have the defense break here, so we do lack some serious damage. We try and put up the defense break with Duck. It doesn't work. We already have speed buff there, so we're fine. And we're just basically waiting for him to get a turn and doing as much damage as we can. This is where I kind of got frustrated, as you can tell by the skill check. And I'm trying to figure out if there is a decreased speed immunity there, and there it is. Immune to decreased speed. And at this point, this is kind of where I fall into a rhythm because I know what's going on. In my head, I just had to land the slow and I'd be fine. But yeah, apparently that wasn't an option. So you can see there's the damage on Master Butcher. So we get taken down. There's about 80% of our HP there. We do have a provoke on the boss, but that provoke was from Duck the Pierce, so we know he's going to be the one to get hit here. And we can get back into a rhythm, and it gives us a little bit of time. Unfortunately, Master Butcher is the one that landed that provoke now, so we're kind of stuck. Thankfully, Duck does land the attack break, as this would have been really scary. We've already got provoke. We don't need to use that. We speed up. Try and heal as much as we can. We don't have shield. Because of the attack break, we don't die. I think that was probably the scariest part in the fight, because I had the shield and I didn't use it. If I would have waited there, I would have been safe all the way around, regardless. But if I hadn't landed the attack break and didn't have the shield, I would have died. So at this point, kind of smooth sailing. That's probably the scariest point in the fight. I do show all the gear of all these units at the end. Yeah, it's pretty much just hope we land defense breaks with Duck to Pierce, so we get a defense break there. We know the boss is about to hit, so we put up a shield. He hits us for very little damage, and we start chipping away into that defense break again. This one, we don't have the provoke up, and we're able to do a Duck to Pierce, who's way, way, way tankier than Master Butcher. So if I can use his provoke, it's way better. I'm still in the middle of skilling him up, and his provoke on his skill 3 did actually get fully skilled up, which I know a lot of people don't even want it skilled up, but for this boss in particular, it ended up being really good. It is a non-attack skill, so it can't miss on opposite element or opposite faction. And this ends up being the way we're doing it because we have very little damage. We literally don't have a single damage dealer in our comp. It does take a while. It's a bit of a grind. You can see we're 13 minutes into the run. The waves were really quick. So this is a bit scary because we have our provoke here. This is our 2-turn provoke. I decided to go with the 1-turn provoke. I miss. The reason I did, though, is because he was low health, and I remembered that Duck had the provoke ready. So it does give us time to heal up. It's a bit of a scary moment there for us as well. We again miss our defense break from Duck, which is expected. I mean, he's opposite affinity. Coming from other games, I'm gonna have to get used to the affinity and faction. I keep calling them elements, and I apologize. There's our speed buff. we just continue to poke away. And at this point, again, there was no attack break there, so we took a huge hit, but we know we can take one hit there. Put up the provoke. We're pretty sure we can get back around because we do have speed buff. So I'm going to put up that shield right here, right before he moves. Wait, I didn't put up the shield? Oh, sorry. I was putting the provoke up with Duck again. If I hadn't put up with Duck, I think we die there. But now we've got the defense break, we've got the attack break, we've got the speed buff, and I think things kind of speed up here because now that we've got that stuff landed. I know I feel like I've said that already, but there was a little bit of a rough patch in there where I honestly wasn't sure if this was even going to work. But in the end, it did. So quite happy that one, we made it work. Two, Hell Hades bailed us out on this one because I probably wouldn't have realized that he had a provoke until it was too late. There's only a couple weeks left before Doom Tower resets, and this will give me a chance to actually try and get the rest of the way through it. Land another provoke. We miss another defense break. Pretty much status quo here. Before I show the gear and while this is finishing up, just want to remind you guys, if you do enjoy the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is a brand new channel, so the comment section and the subscriber count is very, very slow and very, very quiet. So feel free to help out if you do watch the video and you enjoy the content. I would really appreciate it. And the only way the channel can grow is if people start boosting the algorithm by doing those things. Otherwise, YouTube won't share it with anybody. So every little bit helps if you don't mind supporting the channel. But back to this, we are almost done. I was still, I think, nervous down to this point. Kind of one of those things where you're like, okay, I got this far, don't screw it up. Especially because you have a level, like, you'll see the gear, but Master Butcher is only level 33, right? He's kind of squishy. I gave him the best gear I could. It's not fully leveled. I think his gear's all level 12, but we can see in a second. But he definitely was the MVP for this floor. Dr. Pierce definitely helped. Lady Kimmy did nothing, so we basically four-man this. We would have won this without her. We could have done it with literally anybody else in that slot. Either damage dealer or another attack break would have made it safer. But there you go. We get the Void Shard. First time clearing it. Let me put this back on ×1 speed so we can see the gear. So there's my Lady Kimmy, 295 speed, 57k HP. You've probably seen that in the last video. She does have 100% crit, which did help there. And we did most of our damage from War Master proc, so I guess in that regard she was good. But I'm sure we could have brought somebody better. Here is the Doom Priest at 220 speed, again 57k HP. A little low on the defense, but you can see still two white pieces of gear on there. I have to re-gear Doom Priest. Here's Dr. Pierce, still missing the banner, or sorry, the amulet. He's got almost 30k HP, but 3700 defense, 203 speed, with high crit, 91 crit, and 298 accuracy. And then Claude, who was basically just there for the shield. He's got 75k HP, 208 speed, and really nothing else. And then finally, our MVP, our 4-star, level 33 Master Butcher. He doesn't even have his amulet slot open yet, but he's got 22k HP, only 789 defense, and we were able to keep him alive with those shields, with 185 speed and 138 accuracy. You can see I didn't even have enough silver to get his boots maxed out, but we did get the Void Shard there. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.